Welcome back, everybody. Level M Diecast Greenlight. Yes, I know it's a bit late. I do apologize. Just trying to get stuff up on the channel. Been a little crazy. We're going to go through. This is going to be what we call a truck fest today. This is going to be all the trucks that we have to crack open and take a look at. Blue collar. This is Series 10. There's two models from this one we'll take a look at today. First one, 2019 Ram 2500 Tradesman with the snowplow. It does not have a salter spreader in the back like they normally do. It's just a plow. But I think that that's perfectly fitting because that's more than likely what you're going to see rolling around is, you know, just with the plow on it. Next one from Blue Collar Series 10. It is this 2021 Jeep Gladiator in Mopar Love Deco. This one looks fantastic. I mean, anything with Mopar Deco looks good. We love them all. We love them all. Black Bandit Series number 26. We do have another Gladiator. This guy is all blacked out. So we'll take a look at him. No fancy frills with this guy. No lifted, no bumper guards, no roll cage, no any of that fancy stuff. This is just a regular Jeep Gladiator, which is kind of interesting. Black Bandit also gets a Ram. This is the 2021 2500 Crew Cab. Heavy duty Ram. It's just fantastic. This is, with the kind of red lettering accents and stuff like that on it. This is a pretty good looking version. Can't wait to crack this guy open for sure. The other one from Black Bandit. This is not a truck, but this is just the way it's going to fit in. 1944 M4 Sherman tank. Black Bandit in black. The tanks are amazing. If you guys haven't seen me crack open Battalion Series 1, I suggest you go take a look at that one for sure. We do have a hobby exclusive in here. This is the Chilean police, I believe. This is the 2021 Chevy Silverado with the topper on the back. I just got this one because I thought it looked cool. Not really a casting we do here at Level M, but it looks really cool, so I figured I'd pick it up. And it's, kind of military style. We like military stuff, so we picked it up. I'm definitely going to crack that guy open for sure. Besides, there's a lot of Chevy guys out there. This is Dually Drivers Series 9. We are going to look at most of this series. There's a couple of models in this one that we don't collect here, so we're not going to take a look at. This is the 2021 Ram 3500 Dually Limited Longhorn Edition in Flame Red. This one looks pretty fancy. This is a new casting. All these Rams are new castings, by the way, guy. All of them are brand new castings. This one's going to be the best one, in my opinion. This is the Limited Night Edition in Billet Silver. This one is already looking fantastic in the package, so we'll take a look at that guy for sure. One really good one here. This is the 68 Chevy C30 in old school OG USPS deco. Just perfect. Just put this guy towing a mail truck, a long life mail truck. It's a perfect diorama setup. Looks pretty good. Take a look at that guy for sure. And then the last one we're going to take a look at, this is one that I didn't originally plan to keep, but I'm definitely going to keep now because it looks pretty good. This is the other color for the C30 Dually Wrecker in Orville's Day and Night Towing and Recovery. Time to chop open. Always getting ready for the money shot. Here we go. All right, everybody, we are going to kick this off. 2021 Jeep Gladiator Black Bandit Edition. Like I said, this guy is no frills, no special, no craziness like that. It does have a removable tonneau cover on the back. One thing that I don't like about this particular version is the tires are just so small. I mean, the tires are tiny. I'm not really sure why they chose such a tiny tire for this model, but it doesn't look all that great. The model itself is okay though. It is a gloss black. The top does not come off on this version. I'm still working on the, figuring out if that's supposed to happen or not. I'm fairly certain that the top is not supposed to come off of any of these Gladiator models. This one, you know, other than the small tires, I mean, it's just a regular Gladiator, you know, just blacked out. You know, nothing fancy about it. Like I said, it does have a removable tonneau cover in the back. It just sits there, doesn't click in, doesn't snap. There's not really even a ridge on it. If you push it to the side, it just readily just comes right off. It looks pretty good sitting on there, though. Here's the one thing about this model, though. It was held on there with a tiny little itty-bitty piece of tape. It was not held on there with a rubber band. So I would highly suggest that if you get one of these, you crack it open and get that tape off of there for sure. Because I'm not sure how well the tape's going to hold up over time. Looking at the base deets, this guy has a giant freaking number pasted on him. 5638, very high number. No tow hitch on this one. So very interesting. That is a sticker, but it's very matted into there. But very interesting setup for this particular one. It's kind of weird. We're going to stick with the Gladiator, but we're going to move over to blue collar. Now this one's got some quality issues. If you guys know, my luck with Greenlight is not good. I typically get all the rejects. So this particular version, the roof is glued, and you can see there's a giant gap on this side. It's because the roof is not glued level. So it sits lower on the driver's side and the passenger side. You'll also see the windows are just completely gunked up with just crap. You'll also notice on the two front fenders, especially the black lining did not adhere very well. And so it's chipped off already just being in the package. This is the side that would be in the package that you're unable to see. You can see both fenders on both front and rear are chipped off. There is also blue paint residue on the front windshield. Just a terrible quality version. This one is just absolutely unacceptable entirely. This is the exact same tonneau cover as the other one. This one is for some reason held on by a rubber band. The other one wasn't. This guy also does come with a tow hitch. At least the tow hitch looks good. And this one looks better because it has proper sized tires and stuff. But yeah, this one is a terrible quality one. Just really bad. Taking a look at the base here, it is etched. It's very difficult to see in there. It looks like 3196, I believe. So it's a pretty high number. The tow hitch is a little crooked. It's just, yeah. I mean, look at those fenders. I mean, it looks like they dropped it in the factory and they just threw it in the package anyways. Just absolutely ridiculous, man. It's just ridiculous. All right, moving on to the other blue collar. Brand new casting for this year from Greenlight is the 5th generation Ram. Although this is essentially based on the 4th generation chassis. But this one looks pretty good. This one just comes with the snowplow in the front. It does have the long bed on it, which is kind of nice. Full crew cab on it as well. This is the Cummins. Does have the logo on the side. Mirrors look good. Very good on the front end. Nice prominent ram in the grille. It's a really nice nice version. I like the fact that it's just the plow on the front without the spreader on the back. You know, you see a lot of guys running around with plows on their trucks. Not all of them have spreaders, and the ones that do have spreaders are actually in the bed of the truck, not added at the back end. This is, you know, like I said, a new casting. I think they did a great job. Looks pretty good. That's an existing wheel that they've already been using, so that's kind of an interesting choice, but it works perfectly fine because that wheel is still used on the Ram nowadays. Taking a look at the base, very kind of difficult to hold this guy with the plow in the front because the plow is actually just attached to the bumper. So this guy looks like 9241. The funny thing is, if you look at the front axle, it also got the number for the next one, which was 9242. So somebody did not get a number on their Ram, unfortunately. And then, of course, this guy comes with the tow hitch. because, of course it does. Of course it does. It needs to. It's, you know, blue collar. All right, we're going to roll with the Rams. We're going to move over to Black Bandit, or back to Black Bandit. This is the 2021 2500 Crew Cab in black. This one looks fantastic. Really, really good. It's matte black. Really like this version a lot. Again, with the long bed, crew cab. It's a sizable casting as well. Looks very, very good. A little bit of residue on the hood, as you can see. That's kind of a Greenlight thing. But at least the windows look good. Tampos on the front look good. Not a huge fan of the way that they do the lensed headlights these days. They kind of just print stuff on the top of the lens. I don't think that that looks right. What they should have done is painted the model, painted the metal underneath, and then just put a clear lens on it, and not print the lens at all, and just print right on the model. I think that would have been the better choice. That's really what should have happened, but just my opinion. This guy looks pretty good though. Definitely happy with this guy. Again, giant number put on the bottom, 6430. So everything I have here thus far is a very high number. This guy does not come with a tow hitch, which is okay. Of course, that is a new wheel design to go with the new casting. Sticking with Black Bandit. I know we're kind of all over the place. This is the last Black Bandit we got, though. It's just the way it works. This is the M4 Sherman tank. This guy does have moving treads. Treads do move, although they are extremely stiff. The first two versions in Battalion Series 64 or Battalion 64 Series 1, they were the same way. They were just very stiff. The rubber tracks are relatively thin, so I do worry about the longevity of it. This is one of those models that maybe 5 or 6 years down the road, unfortunately those tracks might snap, which would be unfortunate. This guy is just in matte black all over. Really isn't that much details on it. It does have Black Bandit in a ghost print on each side. You can see that in the glare. Looks pretty good. And then, of course, it's got the BB on the front for Black Bandit. This is the short barrel version. There is a longer barrel version. Then, of course, you got your machine gun emplacement on the top, and then your bigger caliber machine gun down there in the front. Of course, the turret spins 360. The tracks do move, although they're super, super stiff. Looking at the base on this guy, don't know why they didn't paint the base. Have a lot of overspray, but didn't paint it. 3331, so again, another very high number, but that's okay. We're not buying them for the numbers. We're buying it for the good stuff, and that's for the model itself. All right, since we're sort of kind of on the military-ish theme, sort of kind of, we'll take a look at our hobby exclusive 2021 Chevy Silverado LT Trail Boss Z71. It's a mouthful. This guy is in matte green. Looks fantastic. The light bar on the top looks pretty good. Front and rear tampos. This is actually a very, very good quality version. There are no flaws with this. Does have all the gloss on the front for the bumper, which is very accurate to the real life truck. So I'm glad that Greenlight pays attention to that kind of stuff. Does have a color matched topper. The topper is removable. Just sets right in there. There are 4 little posts you can see on the top of the bed rails that it just sits in. So it's not glued or attached or anything like that, but does keep it from sliding off side to side so that you can have it in your display. It's a pretty nice version. I have all of the Chile ones they've done. 1243 is the number, so that's the lowest number we've got thus far. Tow hitch is absolutely abysmally bent. This is, again, another problem with Greenlight. Just huge quality problems. Everything you think is good, and then, of course, there has to be a flaw. There has to be something wrong. Pretty much with every single model, there has to be at least something wrong. All right, we're going to move on to Dually Drivers Series 9. Slide them out their little plastic things here. Take a look at the first one. Get him on the rotator. It's a sizable casting. 2021 Ram 3500 dually limited Longhorn edition. This is, you know, like I said, brand new casting. This is a new version though. They do the single wheel and the dually as well. This one has some pluses, some minuses over the previous Ram dualies that they have done. This one is a pretty good version, although the Ram is not printed all that well in the grill. This is an existing wheel. It's the same dually wheel that they used for the previous generation Ram, which is okay. It doesn't have any moving features. Obviously, these castings don't open, no doors, hoods. Tailgate doesn't drop down, nothing like that. It does have nice side rails on it, though. Looks pretty good. I think it looks good in the red. A lot of chrome on it. This is okay. They basically just did the chrome front end with the lensed headlight on it, and that looks good. That looks good. Taking a look at the base deets, it is all plastic base. 7370 is the number on this guy. One of the things I wanted to point out is you will see on the bed section there, the entire bed and the haunches and stuff, that is all metal. And then the chassis is just plastic on the center part. It is designed like that so that they can interchange the rear sections of this. So they can put work truck versions and stuff on the back. Previous generation Ram dually from Greenlight had separate chassis for each model that they had that was different. So Greenlight just making a way to cut costs by making it universal across the range, which I think is a great idea. Okay, now we're getting on to the limited 9 edition. This is the one that I was the most excited about, and this one is an absolute abysmal quality disaster, which doesn't surprise me. I am not surprised that the number one model I was most excited about has the absolute highest number of problems. So, for starters, the side mirrors are atrocious. They are definitely way out of whack. I don't understand what the problem is. Moving around to this side, there is a ton of residue on the driver's side of this model, and it's from glue. It's from them fixing something or modifying something on this that they had to add glue to, and then it goes directly into the package, and then there's residue that gets left over. It's a huge problem with Greenlight. It's been like that way for a very long time, and it continues to be like that going forward. Additionally, the bed and the cab do not align. They are crooked from each other, I guess you could call it, which again is not a surprise. Additionally, on top of that, look at the trailer hitch. The trailer hitch is way off. And then the last thing that's an issue with this is the base on this one is loose. So it's not very easy to show this on the camera, but let me see if I can maybe do this. See how the base is loose? So there we go. See? So the base is completely loose on this model. Taking a look at the number 9393, it's extremely high number. So you know what? I'm going to have to replace this one, which is unfortunate. It's just very, very difficult. I mean, look at that mirror on the side, and then of course the print for the fog lights is atrocious. It's just a really, really bad version. You see all that residue on the side of the truck. It's just absolutely abysmal. It's absolutely abysmal. It's not acceptable, man. It's just such a pain in the butt because I can't walk into the store and pick which one I want to get because they don't. I mean, it takes Hobby Lobby's the only one that carries them, and it takes a million years for them to get new stuff. All right, moving on to the last casting. We're gonna have two versions of this guy. This one is in Orville's day and night towing. This guy looks very good. Got some rust detail to him. Obviously, the back does nothing. It's all for show, display. Nothing fancy with that. This looks pretty good. I do like the weathered kind of look to it. It does have some scuffs on the push guard in the front. That looks pretty good as well. I think that this is relatively balanced out well to be kind of old school looking a little bit. I think they should have dulled down the paint just a little bit. It would have been helpful for sure. I mean, obviously we're trying to keep this weathered look because it's 1968 Chevy. So it's a thing though. I really like the push guard in the front. The hood is a separate piece, but it does not open. It is just for swapping it out for trim purposes. Looking at the base here, 8208. Again, very, very high number, which is kind of shocking because this is a new release. Typically, I get relatively low numbers, so just a kind of interesting thing. All right, we're going to go on to the very last one we got to look at here in the mix. This is the same 68 C30, but this guy is in wicked cool, old school, original USPS decos way back in the day. This guy looks fantastic. The tow apparatus hook thing in the back is a little weird here and there. It's just a giant hunk of plastic, and there's just a very intricate piece, but it looks pretty good. I do like this model. One thing that you will notice on the black part of that front push guard at the bottom, all those are cracks. So all those lines that you see in the black paint, those are cracks. So unfortunately, the paint has not been applied properly. As it's dried, it has cracked, kind of showing the white paint that was underneath it. Obviously, because they painted it white first and then went back over and painted it black. It's just unfortunate. It's unfortunate, but you can kind of chalk it up to being a little bit of usage and wear and tear and whatnot. So for this guy, it kind of works, except for the fact that you have these nice chrome wheels, and the rest of the truck is super clean. Super clean. But I do like that old school USPS. Looks very, very good. Pretty happy with that. Of course, your Chevy logo on there. A little bit of extra rubber on the front tire, but I could take care of that. Not a big deal. Those little quality things are okay. 3806 on this one. For a second there, I thought that number might be the same as the previous version. But the other one was an 8208. So this is a 3806. So definitely far off. But pretty good chassis work. Pretty good chassis work. So, I mean, overall, this mix is been rough. I'm not a huge fan of quality's issues with Greenlight, and they seem to be getting better there for a minute, and then now it looks like they're going right back to the shitter. So we'll see what happens. I got to replace 2 of these models. I just got minimum 2 of them, which is just absolute ridiculous, and it's just a huge waste of money. But let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys have, your opinions on your Greenlights and your quality issues and stuff like that. But we're going to roll away with a little bit of yin and yang, some black and white Rams. We're going to call it good. Second part will be all the cars, and we'll be caught up on the Greenlight stuff. So pretty happy about that. So thanks, guys. Appreciate that. Let me know what you think about those models. And, man, if I can get this quality thing squared away with Greenlight, these unboxings would be a lot better. So we're going to roll out. Level him, Diecast. Peace.